Seandainya betul kami di mana situ tu.
Come to the city tour. My name is Philip and I'm your guide. This morning we shall take you to visit some of Singapore's major tourist attractions and they are to be found in the city. And this is just going to be a short orientation tour of the city to give you a good idea of what's happening over there, so that during the next few days when you're free you have a good idea where to go and what to do next on your free time. And these are the places we are going to visit this morning for your city tour. The first stopping place is a visit to the oldest Chinese temple to be built in Singapore. Then we take you to the top of Mount Faber, where you can get to enjoy a nice view of the city of Singapore and the harbour. From Mount Faber, we visit the Handicraft Centre. Then we are up to the Botanical Gardens to have a look at the live orchids of Singapore. The orchid is our national plant. From the Botanical Gardens, we shall then take you back to the old part of the city, and this time we shall stop over the Indian Quarter, known as Little India. We'll give you some free and easy time to walk around Little India, to do whatever you like. Then from Little India, we shall then return you back to the hotels. But just in case you're free later this morning, this afternoon, and you don't feel like going back to the hotels, you may, if you wish, finish off the tour at the Little India area. The shops and restaurants are open at 9:30. If you like, you can drop by at the Suntec City Shopping Mall. It's a new shopping complex. The shops are all open at 9:30 this evening. Or if you wish, we can finish off the tour at Orchard Road, the famous shopping street. So you have a choice, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the tour, we can either take you straight back to the hotels, or if you don't feel like going back just yet, you may, if you wish, stay back at Little India, or you might want to walk around the Suntec Mall, or go to Orchard Road and do some window shopping. So this is your program for this morning's city tour. Thank you. Now, if you look in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, on your left, at the corner of the street in front of you, you're looking at two very unusual looking buildings. Look at the design of the building. They look like a pair of durians. The durian is one of our local fruits, so the Singaporeans call them the durian buildings. But this is the Esplanade Theatres on the Bay. It was built at a cost of 600 million Singapore dollars, and it is our pride and joy. If you look to your right, you're looking at the tallest hotel in the world, the Swiss Hotel de Stanford. 73 stories high, making it the world's tallest hotel. Our bus is now turning into the Kelowna district on your right. You're looking at St. Andrew's Cathedral on the other side of the field. In front of St. Andrew's, we have the City Hall. And next door to the City Hall, the building with the green dome on the top is our Supreme Court. And at one end of the playing field in front of you, we have the Singapore Cricket Club. This playing field is known as the Padang. Padang is a Malay word, it means open field. But in the old days, the British called this playing field Scandal Point, because they would come here every Sunday to exchange the latest gossip among themselves. So they call this playing field Scandal Point. And this is the Singapore Cricket Club in front of you at one end of the field. In the old days, the cricket club was reserved for white people only, but nowadays business is so bad, membership is open to everyone. And they can't afford to pick and choose anymore. Across the road from the cricket club, on your right again, we have the Victoria Theatre and the Victoria Concert Hall, named after Queen Victoria of England. And in front of the concert hall, we have the statue of Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, the Englishman who founded modern Singapore. Raffles came here on behalf of the British East India Company in 1819, and he landed at the Singapore River, somewhere on the other side of the second bridge on your right over there. And what he saw was just a small Malay fishing village with a population of 120 Malay people and a population of 30 Chinese people. They were all living by the river mouth. And that was then the population of Singapore in 1890. And the present population has shot up to 4 million people. 4 million people. We now have 4 million people living here in Singapore. And look at this lovely Kelowna building. It was built by the British in the old days. They built it as a battery and a fortress. We once used this building on your right as the General Post Office and the Inland Revenue Office. So they spent millions of dollars restoring this Kelowna building, and they turned it into a 6-star Grand Fullerton Hotel. Not 5-star, but 6-star. The Grand Fullerton Hotel is also known as a religious hotel, because the moment you walk into the hotel, you're going to say to yourself, oh my God, it's so beautiful hotel. When it's time to leave the hotel, you're going to say, Jesus Christ, it's so expensive hotel. And coming up next on your left here, we have Clifford Pier on your left. This is where you start and finish all your harbour cruises at Clifford Pier. It's cheaper for you to take a taxi ride to Clifford Pier for your harbour cruise. We are now turning into Shenton Way in front of us. This is the main financial district. Shenton Way is also known as the Wall Street of Southeast Asia, something like Wall Street in New York. It is so called, it's because of the presence of all the banking offices around this place. We Singaporeans work 48 hours a week from Monday to Saturday, and Sunday is the rest day for most of the workers. Here in Singapore, if a Singaporean is not working, then the government will not report him at all. We do not have any dole system here, so all of us have to work to earn a living. No work, no pay.
Good idea.
Do you think this is a good idea?
Yes.
Okay. Many of you will say yes, one or two will say no. Okay, so it's rather sad, you know, because the economy is doing very badly, and so far 85,000 people have lost their jobs. So they have to find another job quickly, so in the meantime they have to live on their personal savings. And the trouble is that here in Singapore, if you are 40 years and above and you've lost a job, it's going to be very difficult for you to find another job, because the employers prefer to hire the younger workers. They're cheaper to hire. Understand it's the same situation back home in the country, so it's rather sad. So for those workers who are older and they're still working, they're feeling very worried and apprehensive. You know? Is it going to be my turn next week, next month, next year? So they're feeling very worried. And coming up next on your left, we are arriving to Chinatown, and in a short while we should be arriving at our first stop, the Tian Hop Keng Chinese Temple, or the Temple of Heavenly Happiness. Please be careful when you cross the road. Look out for the cars coming from behind the bus. And this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we are using 2 tour buses to take our passengers on a city tour. So just before you board the bus, can you please check the bus number? It is 376. I'm referring to the registration number plate for the bus, 376. There's one at the front part of the bus, there's another one at the back. And when you come back to the bus, can you please return back to your own seat? Just remember where you're sitting and come back to your own seat. Thank you. 376. Okay, now check with your time, please. It is now 17 minutes past 9. Is that right? So we get down here for 20 minutes. Let's get back to the bus by 9:40. We are leaving at 9:40. Can you follow me to the temple, please? I will tell you what's going on in there. And after I finish talking to you, you're free to walk around to take some nice pictures of this oldest and the most beautiful Chinese temple in Singapore. The Tian Hop Keng Chinese Temple, or the Temple of Heavenly Happiness. So once again, we are leaving at 9:40, and please do be very careful when you cross the road. Look out for the cars coming from behind. Thank you.
Okay.
So we are now standing in the main lobby of the oldest Chinese temple built in Singapore, 160 years. This is the Tian Hop Keng Chinese Temple, or the Temple of Heavenly Happiness. It's the very first one to be built here in Singapore, and the first batch of Chinese immigrants of course arrived in India. When they first built this temple, it was just an ordinary building. It's not so pretty as it improved as it grew. This temple has been closed for restoration work for the last 2 years, and we have already spent 4 million in Singapore. You want to watch the wood carving, the ceramics. They've all been imported from China and shipped all the way to Singapore in the center. One thing very unusual and unique about this temple is that the whole building was built without using a single piece of nail. There's not even one piece of nail. Everything has been fixed with one. The wooden panelings come in smaller pieces.
不可以拎给我丢啊？
This is the Chinese Taoist temple, and Taoism is a very old Taoist in China. According to the Chinese Taoist belief, they believe in reincarnation and also practice ancestry. So when it comes to the Taoist religion, they pray to several deities. Each and every one of these deities is supposed to help you in your own special. So it depends on what kind of problems or favors you're asking them. You approach that particular deity who's supposed to be able to help you in your kind of problem. And there's no need to speak to the Taoist monk when you come here. You make direct mental communication with the deities of your life. And take for example, if you're going for cruise or long holiday, or seafarers. If your health is not very good, you may go to the doctor want more money, business, you want to go. The God of wealth, sitting at the next level. So later on, as you walk down the temple, you can see there are several other deities. Each of them is supposed to be able to help you. So when you visit the temple, it is customary for you to go to some offerings on the table. The most popular offering is orange. Why the orange? Because the golden symbolizes orange. And the next popular offering will be the apple. Apple symbolizes happiness. And banana symbolizes fertility. So there's a big celebration. There'll be hundreds of offerings on the altar table. At the end of the day, they collect it together, give them away to the church. Okay, if you look at the main altar, you can see the main deity of the temple. These statues of the goddess, the bigger one at the back is the latest station. The one at the front is the darker case, the original statue of the temple. The whole statue was suppressed with sunlight. And these are the guardians of our children. The one on my left can hear everything that he says. And the one on my right can see everything that he says. So these two guardians are come back to our children. So at the end of the building, through that little girl.
Saan ka? Ano, maganda ba Singapore? At the entrance of the temple, ladies and gentlemen, you notice they put up a wooden paneling across the main entrance. You notice that when you walk in? There's a wooden paneling. On the Taoist temples, we have this wooden paneling, and they are there for three reasons. They put it across the main entrance. Reason number one is to prevent the evil spirits from walking into the temple. They say that evil spirits are not able to lift up their legs. Okay? So you're all good people, you're able to live there. It's not no problem for you. Okay. Second reason is when you pay a visit to the temple, you do not walk into the temple, you step into the temple over the wooden paneling. And as you do so, you tend to bow down your head to see where you're going on the floor. And while you're bowing your head, you're actually paying your respects to the goddess Marchoko at the entrance of the main altar by bowing to her. And the third reason is to slow you down. Otherwise, you'll be rushing through the temple. We are driving through one of the old streets of Chinatown, and you can see what a wonderful job they've done in the restoration work of these Chinatown houses. 10 years ago, they used to be dirty and broken down and not worth anything. They were considered slums, not worth living in. But after the restoration work, they're now treasured by the people. And it is considered a good investment to buy them because the longer you keep them, the more they're worth. So the market price of a newly restored Chinatown house, like one of these over here, is 2 million Singapore dollars. Only $2 million. Anybody want to make a booking? Send me for the application forms later on. The longer you keep them, the more they're worth. These are conservation houses, and they are located right in the center of the business district. So you can do your business downstairs, you can have an office, a shop downstairs, and your family can live upstairs. It's done by private individuals. It costs a lot of money to restore them, but then it's a good investment because these are conservation houses. They must be standing there indefinitely. They're not allowed to be pulled down. So the longer you keep them, the more they're worth. It's our cultural heritage. So in a short while, we shall be turning into South Ridge Road, the main road of Chinatown. And as we turn left, we are about to drive past the oldest, the most important, and the most beautiful Hindu temple in Singapore. We are passing by the temple from the right-hand side of the bus. So for those of you who are sitting on the right-hand side, if you like, you can get rid of your cameras. Because in a short while, as we turn left, we are passing by the Sri Mariamman Hindu temple. Sri Mariamman is known as a mother goddess. She's able to cure epidemic diseases like chickenpox, smallpox, and cholera. South Ridge Road, the main road of Chinatown, and coming up next on your right in front of you, you see the Sri Mariamman Hindu Temple in front of you on your right. Just look at the Gopuram on the top of the main entrance. Those figurines were carved out by some of the finest craftsmen of India, and it is truly a work of art. And in all this, they put up a lot of cows on the walls and of the temple. To the Hindu people, the cow is considered as a very sacred image because it is known as a giver of life. It provides milk for the people to drink. The cow is a symbol of motherhood, so all Hindus are not allowed to take it. And this is Chinatown. The smaller shops in these restaurant houses will be open every day from about 10:30 in the morning, and it goes about 5 or 6 p.m. in the evenings. But if you go to the big shopping centers, behind these restaurant houses, all the shops in the big shopping centers are open until about 9 o'clock. So for those of you who walk out, open until 9:30 this evening. This is especially good on Sundays and public holidays because this is the time when the Singaporeans are free to shop around with their families. At the corner of the street on your left here, this old building on your left is the first rickshaw station to be built in Singapore during the British colonial days. During those days, they used the rickshaws and the horse and the carriage to walk around. But nowadays, the rickshaws are banned because we consider it rather cruel to have one man pulling another man. So instead of the rickshaws, we have the trishaw. A trishaw is a bicycle with a sidecar attached to it. And nowadays, a trishaw has become a big tourist attraction. It's cheaper to go by taxi rather than the trishaw. So if you want to go for the trishaw ride, say from one end of Orchard Road. Orchard Road is a famous shopping street. It is 2.75 kilometers long. It's advisable that you bargain with the trishaw man and settle with the price with him first before you go on the ride. It's a fair price to pay for a trishaw ride from one end of Orchard Road to another. 2.75 kilometers is about 12 Singapore dollars per person. Okay, if you take things for granted and just hop on the trishaw and go for the ride, when the ride is over, it's going to charge you $50. And that's a little bit too much to pay. So as soon as you settle on the price with him, the first question the trishaw man will ask you, okay sir, madam, we have two kinds of rides to offer you. What kind of ride would you like to have? Slow and easy or suicidal? If you order the suicidal ride, he's going to go full speed. Zigzag his way through the traffic, break all the traffic rules and give you the thrill of the ride. That's suicidal. So most of the passengers will say, slow and easy please, thank you very much. But when the US Navy boys are in town, they all go for the suicidal ride. Now this is one of our heartlands housing estate on your left here. Now because we live in a small island state, private housing has become very expensive, outrageously expensive. They're simply beyond the reach of most people.
So the majority of our Singaporeans are living in those government subsidized heartlands apartments. 88% of the population of 4 million people, they are now living in those government subsidized heartlands apartments. They have also restored this row of old shop houses. We are about to drive past on your left in front of you. So-called shop houses because the owner and his family will live upstairs and you have a shop downstairs. And if you take a closer look at these houses, you notice they look very small from the front. Not very big, isn't it? Very small and compact from the front, but they're deep and longish. They go right to the back. That's because in the old days, when they sell you the land, they will charge you by the width of the land. The wider the land is, the more costly it's going to be. So that's why they're all deep and narrow, and they're all of the same standard size. And in the center part of the house is an air well to allow sunlight and fresh air to get in. We are here for the next couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. We do have some interesting optional tours to offer you. Two of our most popular tours are, number one, the night safari tour. And you want to be in the night safari tour? Not just yet. How is it? Did you enjoy it?
Terrific.
Very good, isn't it? Something unusual and unique. On the night safari tour, we don't take you to see a zoo. We take you on a tram car ride in the 40 hectares of natural jungle land to show you the wild animals in the real jungle. And the next popular tour is the night tour, which is a good value for There's a lot of high-rise apartments all over Singapore because land is limited, so we have no choice but to go up and up and up. There's another old Chinese temple on the top of the hill to your right. And next door to the Chinese temple, there's a Catholic church, the Church of Saint Teresa. Very lovely, isn't it? Here in Singapore, we have 5 official religions, namely Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Sikhism. There's a freedom of worship. We're free to choose whichever religion we want. When the Chinese Taoist immigrants first migrated from China to Singapore, they were all Taoist people. And Taoism is a very old ancient religion. But after they settled down here in Singapore for the next 10 to 20 years, many of these Chinese Taoist immigrants from China have been converted into Buddhism, and some of them have been converted into Christianity. Our next stop is Mount Faber, which is 105 meters high, and from the top of Mount Faber, you can get to enjoy a nice view of the city of Singapore, the harbour. You get a good view of the city of Singapore from one side, and then at the harbour, you get to the highest point of Mount Faber, where you enjoy a picture postcard view of the city of Singapore. Today is a very nice sunny morning, so the view is going to be very beautiful. And the remaining 1% is made up of people of other nationalities. The other day, a passenger on one of my tour asked me this. Pardon? You want to ask me? Okay, if you can give me the right answer, you get a free dinner voucher for 2 with the compliments of McDonald's. No? You had enough of McDonald's, huh? No, thank you. What? You can say that because Singaporean live on That's a good try. That's a good try, but I'm afraid that's not the right answer. Now, from the answers I get from the other people in my previous groups, they give me such answers like, well, by looking at your passport, by the fact that you're born and bred here, you smile, you're friendly, you eat a lot, which is true. It's our favorite pastime, eating all day long. We are known as a gourmet's paradise here. And there's one who's very observant, he told me the other day that by the fact that you have a mobile phone glued onto your ear all day long. So anyone want to try before I give you the right answer? Well, mixed looks because there's a lot of intermarriages among the Singaporeans. There's a freedom of marriage. Okay, this is how you can identify typical Singaporean. You can all identify typical Singaporean. You will think of the 5 C's. Have you heard of this one? The 5 C's. As in the number 5, as in the letter C. By that I mean to say it is the ultimate dream of all Singaporeans to have cash, a credit card, a car, a condominium, and a country club membership. The 5 C's. So once they've achieved the 5 C's, they will have a right in life. So this is a typical Singaporean. So if a man wants to marry a very beautiful Singaporean girl here, the first question she would ask him is, have you got the 5 C's? If If it says 2 or 3 at the moment, you turn on and say, sorry, make better luck next time. Try again later. And you arrive at the top of Mount Faber, so if you turn to your left, you can get a glimpse of Sentosa Island across the harbour. See the long green island on your left down the hill? That is Sentosa Island, Singapore's very popular tourist attraction. It's a sort of historical and cultural theme park. They got something for everyone at Sentosa Island. So we are operating 3 tours a day during the weekdays. There's one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We also have the evening Sentosa sunset. So it's a beautiful sunny morning today. So you enjoy picture postcard view of the city of Singapore. You can drive to the highest point of Mount Faber. In the meantime, we will look.
你转过来，站到这条去就行了。对，然后连完这边来就可以了。来，
安排给我们弄一个，也有一点。
按一下就行了。很简单。哦，全部
建多一个那个瞭望塔，照片，在就在那个。哎呀，我们把这个。后面多还有个小哎呀，这是没电，没去看。
哦，你要看这个要投资才可以。哎，对对，你没有这个10块钱，不知道，你可以有这个钱，1块钱，1块钱中国钱就在。哦，中国钱要11块钱。这5块钱。我说这个看他看。我看到这个热不热？我要做个饮料，太晒了。好，这是西部加工的。在这儿还凉快，好看。
老二。
Skyline Singapore.
Some hustle.
I can. Where to take that?
So we named this hill after him, Mount Faber. And if you walk around the streets of old Singapore, you notice that the street names are very English. The Singapore government wants to change them to the Singaporean names, but the Singaporeans are very nostalgic. They say, please leave everything alone. Do not keep changing things all the time. Otherwise, we're going to lose our cultural heritage. There's a private housing estate known as Serai Gardens on the north central part of the island, where all the streets have got very English names. So the Singapore government wanted to change it to Singaporean names, but the residents protested against this and said, please leave things as they are. We like the names as it is. It's part of our cultural heritage. So they've taken the advice and they're leaving the street names alone. Anyone have you ever been to Malaysia? Anybody?
Yes.
Which part of Malaysia? Sir?
Penang, Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. That is the
Kuala
capital
Lumpur,
of
yes.
Malaysia. Did you see the Petronas Twin Tower? The tallest building in the world? Not now, because Taiwan has taken over. They have Taiwan 101. It all started with Singapore. We built the Swiss Hotel de Stanford, 73 stories high. So our neighbor Malaysia became very envious of us. So they decided to build the Petronas Twin Tower to compete with us. So for quite a number of years, the Petronas Twin Tower was supposed to be the tallest building in the world, but Taiwan had just taken over. They call it Taiwan 101. but not for long because next year Shanghai will build another. They're going to build another tower that's even taller than the tower in Taiwan. So they're competing with one another. Now Malaysia is our nearest neighbor. She's just about 2 kilometers away across the border. So look at this lovely bungalow house on your right here. Beautiful, isn't it? It is a church. It is also a community center for the Danish people. For the Danish people living in Bugis. They rent that house from a Chinese family at a cost of 11,000 Singapore dollars per month, and they use that house to socialize among themselves. Neighbor, she's just about 2 kilometers away across the Straits of Johor, and we are being linked to the mainland of Peninsular Malaysia by 2 bridges. The old bridge is known as the Causeway, was first built in 1927, and on this causeway you find the expressway. There's a railway line, there's also the water pipeline that brings fresh drinking water to Singapore. And the new bridge was built only recently. We call it new bridge, a second link. It was built about 2 years past. And every morning, believe it or not, you find at least 50,000 Malaysian workers driving on the motorcycles from Malaysia to Singapore to work, and after work they drive back to Malaysia. So you can just imagine how busy they are at the immigration checkpoint. At least 50,000 of these Malaysian workers come to Singapore every day. They have a special green pass to the begging as a social disgrace. So the policeman should find an elderly person begging on the street, and they take this person to the police station, offer him some food and drinks, and find out what his problems are. And they refer them to the social workers who arrange for them to stay in the nursing home for free. Where they get free accommodation, 3 meals a day, and there'll be nurses to take care of them. Trees we have here. The other one is the angsana tree. Look at the design of the tree, it's very artistic, very nice and artistic. Just between compulsory for the first 10 years of the child's life. The school teacher, we've got a university degree, we have a starting salary of 3,300 Singapore dollars per month with a yearly increment, and he will have to take care of a class of 30 to 35 students. So right now we are running short of teachers, nurses, policemen and policewomen. So we are trusted to hold one of these jobs. You're welcome to come over here to live and work. You may ask me why the shortage of policemen and policewomen. That's because Singapore is almost crime-free. It's very safe to walk around here because the punishments are very severe. It does not pay to commit a crime. And because of this, most of our policemen and policewomen are so bored with the jobs, they resign from the jobs. They find something more challenging. So right now we have an acute shortage of policemen and policewomen. Right. You can all see some very colorful international flags hanging out. I'm referring to those washings. Just look at the washings, we call them international flags. So called because there's so many nationalities of people living next door to one another, but they're all Singaporeans. So the housing estate is one good place to see our national costumes. The others hanging out for you to see. Every day is washing day for the housewives, and the most convenient way of drying up the clothes is to hang them up on bamboo poles. And they have these plastic pegs to hold on to the clothes. Otherwise, if there's a strong wind, it's goodbye to your clothes. Finders keepers. Before you have enough time to rush downstairs to claim your clothes, you find someone else crying in your Rudolph Valentino shirt for service. So even though they're the dryers at home, the housewives still prefer to sun dry the clothes because they say they smell better this way. The Housing and Development Board, they're the government body that runs these housing apartments. They're going to repaint, repair, and restore the upside part of the building on your left. Look at this block of apartments, they look run down. They're going to repaint and repair them and make them look as good as new. All the apartments look very much the same, very boring and very ordinary from the outside. But if you go inside, you'll be surprised to find that 8 out of 10 of them are very well furnished and beautiful inside. Even though we Singaporeans live in small apartments, to us Singaporeans, our apartment is our palace. There's no place like home, as I say.
So we make it as beautiful and cozy as possible, so that we shall always look forward to going back home after work. Look at the vortex on the first floor, the housing apartments on your right, the vortex on the first floor. They can be used for wedding ceremonies, religious celebrations, and funeral wreaths. And you notice there's no vandalism or graffiti on the walls. That's because there's a law against the offences. If anyone is caught writing graffiti in walls, that person can be fined up to $1,000, and they make the public clean up the walls. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our handicraft center, so bring along the cameras, please. Okay, folks, yeah, look, we have arrived at the National Garden, and just look at the signboard and painted our national flower. This is how the vendor Miss Joaquin look like. Okay, so when you get inside, you can get to see the real flower. Now, when the time is up, you don't wait for anyone. You just come up to this gate and you look for the signboard. Okay, it's going to be your landmark. Okay, once you see the signboard, you turn right, and this is the way to the front. You can see my house with the 4 pillars behind the in front of the house. Lovely, isn't it? Yeah? It looks a little run down. I'm a disgrace to my neighborhood, so my neighbors gave me an ultimatum: either you renovate or move out. So I had no choice, but I'm going to spend $2 million renovating the house. So that I know everything is okay with you, otherwise I worry for you. And this lovely new building is the Chinese girls' school. You would have noticed by now that here in Singapore we do not have any dogs and cats on the streets. If you notice so, otherwise they are not allowed to run around the streets. Otherwise, as we are running out of land, there are plans to reclaim this smaller. The Singapore Maternity Hospital. Very quiet, no business. Your left here, Somebody has passed away. You can see the photograph of the dead person. And behind the photograph is a coffin. They have a funeral wake nearest to the place where they live. So can I double check again how many of you are staying back Little India? Just now I have 4 people putting up their hands. Who wants to stay back Little India? Put up your hands please. 1, 2, 3.